Have you ever set a rule for how much sleep you're willing to get, or how little sleep or how many days of little sleep that you are willing to accept? If so, you are not alone, because most of us have done this, where we've said, okay, yeah, I would like at least 6 hours sleep, but I'm not willing to go less than 4 hours. Like, as long as I mean, 4 hours isn't ideal, but as long as I get that, I can get through the day. Yes, I'll be tired, but I can get through the day, right? Or maybe you've noticed a pattern. Some people have patterns that they start to notice and continue with, where they have, like, I don't know, 2 nights of good sleep, and then 2 nights of bad, and then 2 nights of good, and 2 nights of bad. And they're like, I'm not willing to experience 3 nights in a row of bad sleep, right? We all have these limits that we set on ourselves. And I don't know why we think we can actually control sleep, because I did the same exact thing. If you think about it, can we actually control the situation so that we don't hit these limits of what we're willing to accept? Right? We try taking pills and stuff, but they don't work, right? In the end, they do not work. So in the end, it's not helping. And in fact, they can keep us stuck, because as we get closer and closer to the time, we're starting to feel a little like stress, like, oh my gosh, my limit is coming up and I'm still not asleep. Maybe I should take this magnesium or take this other pill to try to make sure I get to sleep on time before that limit. And our anxiety's coming up, our stress, our hyperarousal, which is preventing us from sleeping in the first place. And we don't sleep. We get past that time and we start to become anxious. I don't know if this sounds familiar to you, but this is something that I have gone through many, many times, and I wanted to talk about on here because it creates a lot of pressure to be asleep by a certain time, to get a certain amount of days. It just adds a lot of stress, and it doesn't help the situation at all. In fact, it even feeds the fear. Fear is what feeds insomnia. That's what I should say. So we start to fear that we're not going to make it, and we're not going to be asleep by that time. We're trying to escape wakefulness, which is sending those signals of danger to the brain. That's exactly what we don't want to do. So I wanted to talk about these limits so you can start to think about all the limits that you have. I want you to go on a piece of paper, write them all down, because they aren't helping. And focusing on how much you're getting, and if you're close to that limit, again, it's adding that pressure. It's telling your brain there's danger, which is preventing you from sleeping. So if you can, start to reduce these limits. Maybe don't pay attention to the time. If you wake up in the middle of the night, don't check the clock. Don't pay attention if you're becoming close to your limit, because again, that's only going to make things more difficult when it comes to sleep. So that's it. And also, I have a toolkit for you that you might find helpful in this situation. It's called the Calm Wakefulness Toolkit. And basically, instead of focusing on if you're hitting your limit or what you're willing to experience, you can start to relax and show your brain that you are safe using these 3 tools in the Calm Wakefulness Toolkit. So if you want this toolkit to start focusing on showing your brain that you're safe instead of trying to escape wakefulness and send these signals of danger, comment the word calm below. And that's it. I hope you found this helpful, and I will see you tomorrow.